ever that the Ultimate Whey Protein has been a Today Special. It's a customer pick. You'll enjoy the greatest savings, their lowest prices ever. And then we also have, additionally, one of our top sellers, of course, the circulation and vein support. Also, as our second Today Special. Here's a product with over 1,800 perfect 5-star reviews at hsn.com. So amazing values, but without any further ado, we're going to let Andrew tell you himself. Here's Andrew.
Hi, everyone. We are here in Miami. In between shows, Muriel and I thought we'd take some time in Miami, given that the shows were in St. Pete. And tomorrow, we'll be in Henderson, Nevada, live from our factory to do two of our most popular Today Specials. Of course, our circulation vein support, it rivals Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails and Coenzyme Q10 for popularity. It's unrivaled in terms of reviews, almost 2,000, I think, 5-star reviews out of almost 2,400 total reviews. Over 90% of the reviews are positive. It's a product that has even astounded me with its effectiveness, despite my having read all the clinical science and research, and this is a product with an abundance of clinical science and research. The reviews, the life-changing experiences that people have with this product, it's truly remarkable. I love doing our annual Today Special. It's always our second Today Special in January. And I wasn't going to just start it off at midnight, as we normally do. I know many of you, like me, would not be up at midnight. So we like to do these little sneak peeks. So literally just ran over here in Miami. My hotel's a little bit away. And here we are with a beautiful backdrop of the Atlantic Ocean in Miami Beach. And so I'll be in Henderson, Nevada at our wonderful factory tomorrow. But as far as circulation and vein support, every year our Today Special seems to exceed the year before. Each year in the last several years, we end up selling out. And that's because I think the force and really the power of the reviews on this product, that it's a product that when you read the reviews and see the powerful emotion they express, you really want to give the product an opportunity. I think so many folks are skeptical that a vitamin product could actually deliver in such a powerful fashion. We think of them as being nutritional supplements, and I'm certainly the first person to say they're not drugs. But the issues that circulation and vein support for healthy legs affects are not diseases. They're really the human condition, that the circulation, the blood vessels in our feet, our ankles, our calves, and the fact that gravity works on them from the moment as a child, we all get applauded because we stand up. That's the beginning of a very negative process for the circulation in our feet, ankles, and calves. Those blood vessels get enlarged. It's quite unattractive. We have all sorts of different things that we experience that we just dismiss as being part of the normal aging process. That part of the normal aging process is not necessarily that discomfort. The kinds of experiences we have where our legs feel agitated and just uncomfortable throughout the day, where we observe the swelling in the blood vessels. We observe swelling in our feet that affect the kind of shoes we could wear, the hosiery we need to wear. That there actually is something you can do. Again, this is not a disease condition. This is a condition that can be supported by providing something that promotes a healthier state in those blood vessels in our feet, our ankles, our calves. Because to the extent those blood vessels are healthier, it means that they're not distended, they're not enlarging as much. They can withstand the pressure of the fluid that's being pumped down there by our very powerful heart, and that's being held down there by a very powerful force called gravity. So to the extent also that we have discomfort or enlargement, that what happens in those tissues as those blood vessels enlarge, it puts more and more pressure on the blood vessel walls. Fluid seeps out of that blood vessel wall. And guess what happens? When the fluid seeps out of those blood vessel walls, that's the swelling that we all experience as we get older. If we stand too much, if we sit too much, if whatever our jobs might be that might challenge us, if we're overweight, all it does is put even more challenge, even more stress on those tissues. So there is an answer, there is a solution, and I know this product is met with so much skepticism. It's one of the more frequent things we read in the reviews, is that this is a product that, how could it actually perform like this? And so I went years without deciding to try it. So eventually, it's a product that fortunately most people end up giving it a try. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. No better day to try it than today. This is our Today Special. It's our best pricing ever. So it's an opportunity to save. I think you basically save as much as you spend today. So forgive me if I'm sweating here. It's a little warm. I just ran here on the beach. So literally ran here. So and I'm wearing shorts. So fortunately, the shot is from the waist up, so I don't have to apologize for wearing shorts. But I'll be wearing a shirt and tie when you see me tomorrow. Tomorrow evening at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll do a variety show. At midnight, we will be doing our standard Today Special, where we'll be starting with our circulation and vein support. Again, best pricing ever in almost 20 years of offering this product. So literally the best pricing we've ever had in any Today Special, and certainly throughout the year. And we won't have another Today Special for this product again until next year. Happily, the large size, happily, heureusement. I've been speaking a lot of French with Muriel, so I'm speaking English with French words. But fortunately, not happily, fortunately, we will be having the large size as 750 capsules, or 720 capsules, so it's going to last you 2 years. So it'll last 2 years, a year at 2 capsules daily. So that will be more than enough to last until next year's Today Special, so you never have to buy it except at the very best pricing ever. Any of the other sizes, the large size, they all come with 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. So it truly is a life-changing product. I know that most of the people who end up with this product do it because of the reviews or because recommended by a friend. I think there's an inherent skepticism when you see someone on television talking about a product they make. But this is a product with abundant clinical science. It's a product that's recommended by medical doctors in Europe for the healthy circulation in their patients' legs. So it's a serious product with serious science, and all we've done is make the product better over the past, literally, I was going to say decade, over almost 2 decades. In fact, this is a special version with even more of the additional butcher's broom extract that we've added to this product. Of course, there's the diosmin at levels higher than the original formula. So everything about this is better than it's ever been. The reviews are truly incredible, at over 90% of them positive reviews. And it's a product that comes with great expectations. It's a product, the name says it all, circulation vein support for healthy legs. You expect to see or feel a difference. This is a product that delivers. We also have a second Today Special. The second Today Special is, again, on popular request. This is a Today Special. Last week, we did our secure meal replacement. But many of you have said you want a pure protein. You want something that you could add that has no sugar, no carb, no fat.